Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you are doing well. It's been a bit of a busy day so far, and one of my lights is not working. So let's find out what's going on. I'm kind of in the dark. Got the key light here working, but not my fill light. So we're going to have to give that a restart. Hey, there's something. Let's see if that works. Maybe it'll turn off halfway through the show. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for coming along. Man, what a busy morning it's been. Now let's do my due diligence here and actually listen to the show, because it wouldn't be very good if I didn't pay attention to what it was that I was doing. So let's see here. We're going to go here. Click on my account. Nope, that's not how that's done. Today, we're going to continue our conversation about using NDI to screen capture while playing games. And I'm not too sure how, there's a lot of pitfalls with this, potential pitfalls. So we want to try and figure that. Okay. All right. So we are coming through here. Other than I'm sitting very low in the frame, kind of on purpose, but I'm going to have to shift things around. Okay, so if I press the power button on this mini key light, it doesn't work. It's really annoying. So you have to hold down the power button, and then let's go ahead and cycle through Companion to see if that fixes it. Okay, so today we're talking about how to use screen capture NDI basically to do gaming. And if you're using a program like OBS or you're using a program like vMix and you have a powerful computer, it may be a good way to It may be a good way to capture. All right, come on. I don't understand. It just keeps turning off. It may be a good way to capture. All right, here we go. Will it work? This light is also not connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's power cycle that one too. Let's see what happens. The only change here with this key light is that it's currently running on battery, but that is kind of the point. So certainly, okay, that light is now responding to my button commands, but not the fill light. So that's really annoying. I'm not too sure why it's misbehaving, but we will sort that out here soon. All right, so we've been wanting to kind of ask this question. Man, it's really dark. Wanting to basically answer this question about what sort of options can we use to capture gaming, and we really want to try and stress it a bit in terms of what can we push it to? Is it going to be fast enough to do something like video games? And so, don't you turn off. It keeps going offline. It's really annoying. I'm going to power cycle this again. Anyway, so is it fast enough to do, something like, oh my gosh, is it fast enough to do gaming capture and that sort of thing? So I also appreciate Angus. Thanks for checking in on me early. Hey, did you break it again? Kind of. Yeah. I was really late. I had to drop something off in a city called Thompson Station. And so this one is not connected to the Wi-Fi. So I had to drop it off at Thompson Station, and that is about 20 minutes from here. And so I had to drive there and back again. And of course, it's a guy that I get along with really well. And so we had a good long chat. And then I realized, I'm going to be late for my live stream. So I was doing work, but then I got back here in time for the live stream. Not in time for the live stream, but about 15 minutes late. And so decided just to kind of go ahead at 10:30. My autofocus does not love me today. Yeah, is that because of the lighting situation, or am I fuzzy? Or am I... What is going on with this light? This is driving me crazy. All right, time to troubleshoot. So this is the... oh, that's funny. What's the battery level on this? Oh, is it dead? Maybe it's dead. That would explain it. Yeah, it's dead. I don't particularly like... How is this dead? I just had this plugged in. Man, that's frustrating. I don't particularly... Where are we here? No, this one. Okay. All right, let's try this again. I have now physically plugged it in because apparently the battery was pretty much dead on it. So we will... Now it's an uplight, unfortunately, but it is what it is because it has to be plugged in. So yeah, my autofocus is probably going all over the place because I keep changing my lighting situation. So yeah, hey, I can hear you. No, that's good news. That's something. Your autofocus does not love you today. So will it work? Evidence says no. Well, apparently lights need power, which is, you know, one of those minor things, but there we go. We found out. So we are checking out today, can Screen Capture HX keep up with gaming? And I had offered to play a couple of games. You know, web browsing is probably just fine. So if you find a game that you'd like to play online, and by the way, I ran across, here's a little fun tidbit for joining to Timbits. So here's a little fun fact that I found out is that you can go to a website called playclassic.games, and there are a lot of games that are basically DOS emulated on that website. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't even have coffee, although I did finish like 3 cups of coffee today already. You might be able to tell by my energy level. But there's so much going on this week, and this is the only chance I'm going to have to do this show. So we are, next week, I don't know if there'll be a show because it's Boxing Day and my family will be home and I will need to be working a little bit. Maybe I will do a show. But anyways, so who knows? Stay tuned. Anyway, there's kids have a half day of school today. Christmas is coming quick. My family is coming into town starting tomorrow. And so they'll be here until the 24th and then they're headed home. We are, just trying to figure all that out, basically. So we're working on getting all of that stuff done and figured out. But, yeah, today's extra little bit of one of my coworkers is in the hospital. And so we're hoping he recovers because he's a centerpiece of what it is that we do. But anyway, so we're hoping that is kind of just a blip in the radar. But part of the reason why I'm late here today, we want to talk about Scan Converter. And I guess it's called Screen Capture now. It's not called Scan Converter. It's been a long time since it's called that. Shall plug in, sir. Yes, as we have learned on this show numerous times, never rely on batteries and Wi-Fi to do whatever it is that you want to do because it's not going to work. And that light has now stayed on, so evidently that was the case. Now, there is a website that I found out the other day and may have spent a little too much time working on, where it's called playclassic.games. And if I were to just share my screen, and I'm actually going to use now. Screen Capture is the program that I use regularly to do desktop capture, and in the past shows, I used desktop capture out of vMix, and we found out that it keeps up just fine. It seems to handle it just fine, although your screen needs to stay 1080p or whatever it is when you first light up the screen capture in vMix. When you first start doing it, because if the resolution changes on your screen, it's not going to know how to handle that, and it makes if it's an older game, the resolution will be lower, and then it will either shrink the game down or it'll do something wonky with the resolution. So you need to figure out a way to show it in the native resolution that's on your screen. And I'm wondering if Screen Capture HX in this instance is going to be a better use of that, is going to actually handle that like resolution change better, because it's just taking the resolution of the screen. Doesn't really matter what's happening on the screen. I could be wrong, but here's hoping. So playclassic.games, and I found a bunch of stuff on here that's kind of fun. Now I went to the PC side of things, and let's see, like they have the classic Wolfenstein 3D, they have SimCity Classic, SimCity 2000, all of those. I ended up getting into Warcraft 2, and this game, my goodness, was hard to play and I was really bad at it, and I found out that I'm unaware. I need to like play through the game, I guess, because I was unaware that there are invisible players, because all of a sudden I started getting bombed, literally like missiles shot at everything on my map, and I couldn't see the thing shooting it, so that was really annoying. But anyways, so I'm going to put this over here. So yeah, we definitely got into this. NHL 94, I didn't see that, and I did play that back in the day. So, and all it is, though, is basically just a DOS emulator. So if you fire this thing up, now I know that Screen Capture is not going to have any issue playing this because it is just on a web browser, and so it's literally looking at a website. Missing assets if the online updater. Okay, so this vaguely looks familiar. I know I played NHL 94 a long time ago. Oh my gosh, can you hear that? This doesn't look as familiar as I thought it was. I'm gonna turn down my speakers, but this is pretty fantastic. Hey, I'm ready to work. There you go. I love Warcraft 2. Seriously, it was a great game. Is it seriously gonna show me all the credits for this game? Oh, there we go. Okay. This looks kind of familiar. Play mode. Uh-oh. I don't remember that. The music and everything, it's all foreign to me. I'm not too sure. Anyways, there is a search engine, so if we just type in NHL, oh my gosh, but I did play 95. Yes, this is familiar. Oh boy. So I'm certain that wow. I'm certain that this will work just fine. So if you wanted to share your screen while playing games on a web browser,
EA Sports, it's in the game.
there would be no problem doing that.
EA Sports presents NHL Hockey 95.
This is awesome. Oh my word. Let's go. What? This is weird. Okay. I was like, wait, what's going on here?
Tonight from Madison Square Garden in New York, EA Sports presents the game between the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers.
Why couldn't I pick my team? Is it just random?
Tonight from Madison Square Garden in New York, EA Sports presents the game between the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers.
Okay, that's weird. All right. Anyway, so this site's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff on here and a lot of games that you probably played in your younger years that were some of the originals back in the day. So there are Atari games, there are Game Boy games, there's all the Nintendo series, and then there's all the PC stuff. Sim Tower, man, I spent a lot of time playing Sim Tower. I don't know why. I was really into those sorts of like building games, you know, Sim City, Sim Tower. Now you can sort those. So top 100 classic DOS games. I looked at this the other day. I wasn't super familiar with many of these. Of course, Doom is up here. Warcraft 2 is here. Warcraft 1 is in here, by the way. SimCity 2000, that was a classic. Grand Theft Auto, Sim Tower, all of these games. Spent a lot of time playing. Here's the expansion pack for Warcraft 2, if you wanted to play that. And then if the game's not showing up there, then you can just search for it. So, for example, there was a game called Zone 66. I believe it's in here. Yeah. This game was you're flying a spaceship or like an airplane. So I tried to play this yesterday and got destroyed within seconds. I also noticed that the font used on Zone 66 is the same font that they use in Diablo. So if we wanted to play Diablo 1, for example, Diablo 1 is a pretty classic game, and it's the same font on Zone 66. Wait, what is this? If you own the original game, drop the original page that the game can be purchased. Click here, or you can play shareware version for free, a 50 meg download. I think I actually already have Diablo in a different platform, so I don't necessarily need to download it. Anyways, good stuff. I mean, it's great to play a lot of these classic games, man. It took part of my childhood, all of the hours that I spent playing these sorts of games. So the low resolution stuff, it doesn't seem to struggle at all with keeping up with that for, the screen capture. What I do want to do, though, is I'm going to change the screen capture, which is, nope, not this one, which is this one. And I'm going to change it to change it to NDI. And it's this computer here. Screen 1. Boom. Okay, so this is now I should have cleaned this up a little bit. Here, I'll do this. New folder. And then we'll just dump all this stuff in there. Yoink. It's just all my work stuff. Okay. So this is the main screen. And the reason why we're going to want to use this is because when we open games on Steam, they're going to open. That's weird. They're going to want to open on the main screen. So, of course, this morning, I haven't even looked at this yet, and there appears to be a small update for American Truck Simulator, which is what we're going to play today. So, first things first is I need to get some sort of steering wheel installed, and I have my flight yoke from my flight simulator days, which still works just fine. It does take some finessing to get this thing accurate inside of a game like American Truck Simulator. So just FYI, if you wanted to use a flight yoke as your steering wheel, or you want it to double and you want to give it a try, American Flight Simulator is relatively inexpensive on its own, but where they make their money is their DLC packs. And so all of the cities, and I guess they're sold by state, all the states that they make post launch, there's a handful of them that are that come with the original game, and that would be enough if you just want to try it out. Totally be enough. But as you drive around and you find out what the restrictions are, you may want to purchase other ones. Now, what I do is I wait for those to all go on sale, and then when they're about 50% off, then I buy them. Such states as the great state of Texas, of course, because Texas is huge. And so the price for Texas was fairly expensive, but, it's a big map. So that was worth it when it went on sale during the Black Friday stuff. But they also have a spring sale and whatever. So if you play it here in the winter and then you want to expand your maps later, if you decide that you are kind of want to get into it, then there you go. Now, I also have a set of foot pedals, and so that is how I'm going to control the truck from there. But let's go ahead and see what this looks like in traveling through vMix. And I'm going to keep an eye on my phone. And also, I guess I need to... Oh, shoot. I guess I need to make sure that you guys can hear this. So I will wait for this to load. Do you want to allow automatic checking for game updates and news? Sure. Enable image spotlight feature? No. All right. So there's a slight update. Now, I've played this a little bit. I'm a level 24. I don't know really what that means. Let's see what this sounds like. Actually, need to get out to Windows. Ah, there we go. I don't hear the music, so I'm just going to open... going to open vMix. Let's do that. Oh, I can hear the music now. All right, cool. All right, so it's there. I just wanted to be sure that you guys can hear this. Also, I guess it'd be a little tricky to do socials like this. Let me see if I can pull that up. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. No. Over here. Let's try this. Okay, there. So I can see socials. I can see... All right, we're in good shape now. Kind of all situated here. I remember being really hard to get Zone 66 to run. It took a special boot disk to free up enough memory. I remember the intro cutscene being very quite emotionally charged. Yes, it absolutely was. And you can rewatch it if you want. Right there, because I saw it yesterday. I tried out American Truck Simulator. I made it through all 28 driver training levels and then realized that I didn't enjoy the career mode whatsoever. There's a little hint of music. Okay, cool. So maybe it's not loud enough. Is that maybe what you're saying? So let's just turn it up a smidge. And then I'm going to... Cool. Now, the last piece of this integration for this game is to be... I have one of those IR sensing clips for your hat that when you look around, it changes where you're... Like, it frees up the camera. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find it. After the move, I don't know where it is. I can't find the module or the little clip for the hat. And so that's something I'm going to have to find. Maybe if I just start gaming more frequently, that's something that I'll start using more. But I couldn't find it today, which means that I've got to use the mouse to look around, which is going to be another element of busyness. So not too sure how well this is going to go, because if I... we're going to skip the wizard because my controls should already be set up. But yeah, we're going to jump into the game and see how well the graphics keep up inside of vMix. Wish there was a way to like do some on-screen graphic, like, I don't know, tally? Maybe that's the wrong word, but statistics? I don't know. Okay, so we need to go ahead and just take a look at my truck first. So I'm going to go to drive. And it's going to load us up here. Now, what am I doing? I've got I need to find... Okay, I need to go to sleep. So we got to go and find a place that will work as a place to sleep. So I need to turn the truck on. Oh, my pedals are dead. All right, well, that's probably what it was saying when it said, do you want to set this up? Controls, no, not keyboard only. Get out of here. Keyboard and yoke, and then also include the T-pedals. So now we are going to make sure that my buttons are still mapped because, yep, okay, they're still here. All right, cool. So back. Now that's why the truck wouldn't turn on. Here we go. And we can look out the mirrors here. I do have a tank on the back of this truck. So let's cut this wide. So the question is, how well is this keeping up? Oh, jeez, what did I hit? The building. Way to go, John. Way to go. All right, we need to cut it wider than that. Maybe I can't get around this building. Oh dear. All right, follow it around. And now go. Swing the front of the truck around. All right. We'll go to this corner and then we'll cut. It's like a super long tank on this thing. There we go. That's better. All right, now there are jobs over here, although... The guy's on his cell phone. Although I need to go and find a place to sleep. So, oh, that was the exit. That's what that was. So let's spin the truck around. Whoa, don't jackknife. All right, here's the exit. All right, so let's take a look, though, inside vMix. I mean, the scan converter, let's just pause this for a second. So scan converter, which is here, yoink. Which is Screen Capture HX. So we have high video bandwidth set, H.264. Resolution is the monitor's resolution, and so I'll have to look actually and see what that is. And our frame rate is also the monitor's frame rate. So let's check out what that is. Display. All right, so we're 1080. We could go up, though. Also, the refresh, I can 144 hertz. So if I do that and I increase the resolution to 1600 by 900. Oh, wait, that would be lower. So let's just leave this. Okay, if we hit apply, game settings will change. All right. I guess the question is, we need to look inside Studio Monitor to actually see if it's running at that frame rate. Because I see it on the output of the screen. I'm sitting a little low here. But I don't necessarily know what the resolution is. So it is 1080 at 144 is what Studio Monitor says it is. Okay. So that's fascinating that Studio Monitor will go up that high, first of all. So now let's see what happens here inside the game. Man, it's really hard to see because I got this bright light. I'm just going to kill this light for a second so I can get out of this parking lot. Kind of looks like I'm driving at night, doesn't it? All right, let's Let's go for it here. It's funny that I have a sleeper cab, but I can't sleep at businesses. I have to actually go find a rest stop. And I haven't heard my guy start yawning yet. But that will happen soon as well. Now, obviously, the world in this game, to kind of give the critique here, the world in this game is not endless. It is very big, but it's not endless, which means that there are certain places, obviously, that you just can't drive, and you just crash into those. Anytime you see on the road, you see those X's. That's 55 miles, okay. Anytime you see those X's at the end of a street, it's basically saying you can't go that way. Now, I'm going to slow right down here and hit my map. There's another business. This is where I need to go. So I'll put my marker here. It's not far off. And we're going to hang a right. See, look, though, like I can't go in there. That's not a business that's mapped. So you just can't. So the game, like I said, the game is huge. But, whoa. But don't take your eyes off the road, everybody. Now, what's fascinating about those spots there is traffic still comes through those, like drives through those X's, and so it's kind of cool that it's not just a complete, you know, no part of the game operates that way. It still operates as a road that cars can come on to the main road from, but you cannot drive down there. All right, we're all headed to the highway, apparently, all these trucks. And now I am getting pretty sleepy, and gas situation's pretty good. The truck needs a little repair because I bumped into the building back there. And I am turning on and off the turn signals, by the way, so if that's something that you're wondering if I do. Wow, every time I look away, I'm driving in the ditch. It's a good lesson, kids. It's a good lesson. All right, when the sun comes up, I'll turn the lights back on here because I know it looks like I'm driving in the dark, though. All right, here we go. I don't know what that shuffling sound is. Here we go. Nobody coming up behind me. Good, because that merge lane was very small. It's nice that the GPS tells you what the speed limit is, because I would never know. I don't know how truckers did it before this, where GPSs weren't a thing. Alright, so the question is which way? I guess I'll go this way to the truck parking lot. Time to get some rest. All right. So it is now yoink, daytime. I can see a lot better on this map now. And we have had our rest. So, oh, whoops. Shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Let's do this again. You're getting some more rest. Well, I'm like slept a whole day here. All right. So we're fit to go. I'm going to turn the engine back on. Let's go ahead and check. I didn't park very well, but if I had just moved up just a smidge, which I probably would have done if it were real. There we go. We're in good shape there. And you can check your truck by clicking through all the views here. All the various ways to look around the cab. This is a pretty nice truck. Would be, it's got a sleeper, several couches and everything, so all good. So is it, I mean, I'm watching in vMix, it seems to be keeping up just fine, and that's pretty good for, you know, the frames per second, basically, especially because I'm running this at 144 hertz, so that's really fast. Now I doubt you're getting that because I'm shipping this out as 1080p 30. So maybe that's the next test, is it smoother if I change the gameplay to 30 hertz? Apply. Let's go ahead and go to jobs, cargo market. Having this tank on here is kind of annoying because you can really only take, now granted, Mojave, granted the you know, the jobs are paid pretty well because it's hazardous material, but I prefer something like this. Offer expires in 19 hours, needs to be there by Tuesday at midnight, so Monday night basically. So that gives me one whole day to do this. No. So I need to select where I want to go. These are jobs that are in this town, and now we see some more realistic stuff. So offer expires Sunday. Nope, not taking that one. Sunday. So all of those offers are today. What if I go down to Los Angeles? Offer expires expected on Sunday by Sunday night. All right, well, we need to go to one of these. I wonder if there's like a quick travel option here. Jobs. Cargo market? I'd have to drop the freight market. Yeah. So this, I need to drop the trailer if I'm going to do that. I've got two of these tanks. One of them is not being used. My garage is in Reno. Quick travel, there it is. So I'm going to go to Barstow. Cost is $78. Okay. To repair or upgrade or fix your truck. So it's services. Total restoration. Can we repair all? Confirm. Repair all. Confirm. Trailer damage 2%. What is this? Action. Replace? Oh. Okay. That's new. I haven't seen that in this game. All right, so how are we on fuel? We're good at fuel. So let's go to maps. Cargo market. We are now in Barstow, right? No. Barstow. That is north of us. All right, well, let's head this way. Just say map, and we'll put that back. We're going to head back to that same place. Okay, here we go. Can I spin around here? Maybe I'll go and get gas. Let's spin around and see. This is a resting place, but you're not tired right now. Nope. All right, here we go. Oops, a little closer. There we go. E to stop, enter, and enter. Fill the tank. Fuel tank is full. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. Oh man, that sound always scares me because that's the same sound when you get caught by the police or something and they charge you. Oh, I'm going the wrong way for sure. Okay, over to the road. Hang on. All right, that's a little better. I was watching a guy play this game on Twitch one time, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna play this game, no mods. Everything's just as it's, as it was intended to be." And he was driving down the highway with no hands, basically, and no traffic. And everyone's like, "Where are all the cars?" And he's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean, where are all the cars?" And they're like, "It's the highway. There should be cars." And they're like, "Where are all the cars?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, there's no cars on this road." And they were like, "I'm pretty sure you're still modding this game because there should be tons of cars that you have to pass." All right, we're going to go over the bridge and around the loop and back to the... Uh-oh, I'm going to get fined. Ooh, I just made it. I thought that yellow light was gonna hit me. Oh, there we go. Please slow down to 20 miles an hour. Boy, that's crawling. I'm sure I'm doing this wrong, by the way. I don't know what all that... Every time I turn, I don't know what all that shuffling sound is. Okay, gotta get off on the highway here. Breaking the law. So they do have cruise control in this game, which is nice. You still have to drive the vehicle though, It's not like lane assistance or anything. They do have lane assistance as well, but I don't have that enabled. I have found that you really have to play with the steering, especially if you have a steering mechanism. Then you have to play with it to make sure that it responds correctly, because it tends to turn the wheel way too much for, like, it's way too sensitive. So that's what I've got here, where I've toned the sensitivity down a fair bit. The sense of time in this game is a little strange too. It says I'm 45 minutes or 48 minutes away from my destination, but like it's just around the corner. So obviously minutes are a lot shorter. You do have to make deliveries on time, and you get bonuses for doing that. Especially if you make them there early or something, you don't get bonuses for making them on time. You make money, you don't get penalized. If you own your own tanker, then they pay you more for that too. Glad I didn't bust that stop sign. Big old cement truck. Head over here to this refinery. All right, we'll do one delivery today, and then we will call it good here. So let's go and pick up this load. Now, the game is kind of nice in the fact that when you show up to your pickup or your drop off, they give you the option whether or not you want to finagle the tank into a specific spot or whatever, and so it's kind of nice that way. I think I just busted that stop sign. Maybe there wasn't one there. Come on, guys, let's giddy up. You can also hire other drivers in this game, so that's kind of cool, where you can basically make a trucking business. But as you grow and get better trucks, and yeah, wow, this is very fuzzy. So you can assign your older trucks to be used by other drivers. So in this instance, for example, company truck manager, I've got multiple trucks. So mine is the International. Nope, that's not right. Is this one? Kenworth W900. Super nice. It's been fun to kind of like customize and get familiar with, but I also drove this one for a very long time, and I hired a guy to run that one. This Mack Anthem was my first truck, and that's what I assigned my new drivers on. And then this truck is, I think, brand new, but these guys are not driving them for some reason. So are they all resting? All my guys are resting, so I don't really know what is going on there. You can also then hire guys. So here we go. This guy, I've been kind of like upgrading him, getting him to be able to take better routes. These other guys, I've upgraded him a little bit, but not much. And he's back at home. I don't know. I don't quite understand. Like, I want to like tell them to get going, like go drive, but they're all resting right now for some reason. So I'm not too sure what I'm doing wrong there, but I'm sure I haven't figured out all the mechanics of the game. Whoa. Whoops. Hit the dirt there a little bit. Well, that's cool. There's a train sitting there. I hadn't seen that before. Okay, so we pull up to this green symbol and we just select that we want to take a job. And we can look at all of the jobs that this place offers. So we say cargo market. Here are all their fuels and things. Some of these are like they needs to get there ASAP, which there's not very much time to deliver that one. It says offer expires in 16 hours, but it's expecting it in 7, which is weird. This one we'd have until tomorrow, but obviously you don't make very much, so you get paid per mile essentially. But the faster you get it there, like this is a shorter trip, but the faster you get it there, the more money you make. So whatevs, you know. Now, if I want to go back to the coast, which I don't really, I'd like to go north if I can. This one requires... Oh, I go back to Nevada. Let's do that one. Oh, no, that one needs to be delivered super fast. All right, let's do this one. All right, we're going to take this job. Cargo is ready to be loaded. Please travel to the green flagged area on your map. All right, so that is... Wait. Oh, under there. Let's make sure no one's behind me. Overshoot it just a smidge. To skip loading and start the delivery immediately, press enter. This is the easy part. I might as well do this part. It's the backing up thing that I'm never any good at. Alright, here we go. Alright. Engine off. Begin loading. Loading the cargo. You're good to go. Follow the route to the target company. Alright, we did this once already. And we bumped into something. Alright, out of here. This around, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, now she drives a little different when she's fully loaded, so that's to be noted. That they actually do a really good job of keeping it realistic. I wish I could lean forward and see out here. Oh. Okay, so it is a 5-hour trip and 222 miles. Now, don't get too excited because when we left the highway, that was a 45-minute trip in the backcountry. So it's going to be 30, 40 minutes to the highway, probably 40 minutes off the highway, which means we're not going to be on the highway for very long. Oh, that guy's going that way. That's convenient. Just go, whoa, okay. Roll through that stop sign. Here we go. On the road. On the open road. Okay. Turn right here. her going. Now the cruise control is nice because I don't have to do anything with it, and I can tell the cruise to increase by 5 miles an hour. So as long as I keep an eye on what the speed limit is, then you can definitely utilize that and relieve your feet from having to press the pedals all the time. The danger is that if you gotta stop quick, then you gotta be Johnny on the spot with that brake. All right, here we go. I mean, I'm watching vMix. It seems to be keeping up. Just whoa. Okay, got to turn here. My brake is super sensitive. The truck stops like on a dime, which I don't think. Oh boy, which I don't think is realistic. But all right, so we're headed north in California. I don't know where, but we're well rested. Not well adjusted. If we were, we wouldn't be a truck driver. Just kidding. All right, 55 miles an hour, which is what it is on the back roads. Unfortunately, in the state of California, the speed limits, whoa, sorry there, Jeep. Speed limits for trucks is really slow. So 55 miles an hour. I need to start taking jobs more like Montana, Colorado, that area, which I have. I think I have those maps, so maybe we'll take a quick trip up there and see if we can't drive a little faster. The jobs in California are pretty boring to look at because it's all this desert, like wasteland. So, which it, I guess, looks like California. But it's not much to look at. Once you get on the highway, though, your game is on. Once you get on the highway, it's just a matter of paying attention, and you'll probably be just fine. I do have a couple of mods on this game. I have real gas stations, so you can download mods pretty much for free. But I have a real gas stations mod, and I have a real companies mod. So things like, you know, Amazon and FedEx and stuff like that all show up. Oh, and I think I have real billboards as well. So flat out 90 miles an hour, 90 kilometers an hour, right? I'm doing 55 right now. I wish I was going flat out 90 miles. Oh, do you mean in Colorado and Montana? Yeah, those. The reason why this trip is taking 4 hours in game time is mainly because the speed limits. So look, speed limit 65, don't get excited. The next sign says 55 for trucks, which is annoying. But if you have, I find that if you have a yoke or a steering wheel, it makes this game, because using a keyboard is really dumb. Like, it just doesn't, driving just doesn't make any sense by pushing arrow buttons, because arrow buttons are on or off. Whereas a steering wheel, you can kind of finesse it a bit. So if you start drifting, so you can drive kind of in the lane. So it's a much better experience. This game feels a lot more realistic if you're using a yoke or a steering wheel like this. Oh, I'm speeding. Now, what's nice about cruise control is once you hit, I think, 3 or 4 miles over, your brakes kick on. So you will not get a ticket if you're using cruise control, unless the speed changes down to like 45. Then you'll be 13 over. And technically, I think the rule is you can do 10 over and the cops won't ticket you. But if you go faster than that, then I think they'll get you. So sometimes I'll drive 5 over, but for today's purposes, we better show us as law-abiding citizens. And keep an eye on your map. There is, I don't know if the GPS up in the top is a mod, but there is a GPS here in the console, which is nice. Now, that's not in every truck in this game, by the way. Like that Mack truck that I have, the Mack Anthem, That one does not have a GPS in the console, so you have to just watch the one, your heads-up display. I was playing with it. Oh boy, I was playing with the gamepad. Construction. Angus says, yeah, I was playing with the gamepad, and it wasn't terribly pleasant that way either. Are we all getting shuttled off the highway here? Yeah, I can't imagine that playing with a gamepad would be... Oh, that's the end of the road. Would be a whole lot fun. I really think these sorts of games, much like racing games and whatever, it's a big difference if you have a wheel, or in my case, a yoke. And I found this is the CK yoke, which is a pretty common yoke for flight sims. It's the cheaper model. It's the cheapest yoke out there, I'll put it that way. So yeah, it works pretty well for things like games like this. You can always... I do like that you can like play in these other views. This makes driving a whole lot easier, by the way. And like backing up. I know that's not realistic. I know real drivers don't have a bird's eye view of their truck. So if we're going for realistic, that may not be accurate, you know. That billboard is seasonal. Come on. There we go. Speed limit is 40. I'm doing 20. Oh my goodness, all these red lights. Y'all need to coordinate. Let's watch. Oh, you can't. Oh, there. It's green there. Yellow, red. Go! Alright, so doesn't look like this light, but maybe after a couple of lights when this road ends. Yellow, red. Oh, there's a left lane here. It's a good thing. Good thing we had that left lane clear. There's even a traffic cam light on this thing. Why would it do that? Hey, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, he's turning right. Okay. $25. I get road rage just playing video games. Stay green. Oh, that's fun. I haven't seen one of those before. A little dude up in the... That's so funny. Alright, here's my light. Can I turn... I don't think so. My light is red. I think I'm not allowed. I'm sticking out here. Let's take a look at the truck. Oh, okay. I cleared the lane, which is good. Yellow. Like I busted the light. Here we go. It's a one-way. Welcome to the great metropolis of Bakersfield. Another red light. Man, I can't get a break today. This town is Deadsville. This is what takes so long. Still a green. All right, here we go. Go. All right. Let's change lanes. And then we're going to roll up to this. What? Yep. Yellow. Go, 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 go. Phew. All right. And then we're going to get on the highway. What is this? Route 99? Oh, and then it says to get on here. Ah, green. Got a green arrow. Camera is struggling today, eh? I need to just turn that on manual focus so it doesn't keep changing. Okay, here we go. I don't know how long this will be. It says I have 2.5 hours left in this trip, so speed limit is 55 for trucks. So I will resume because I believe that's what my speed limit was set at earlier. Roll. Now on the yoke there's a bunch of buttons, right, that you can assign, and so things like lights and horns and such like that you can program in the button so that when you click a button it does that. And so my cruise controls on one side, my left and right signals are on each of the sides of the yoke, so when I want to turn left or want to turn right, I just click a button and it does it for me. And that's a lot better than finding a button on my keyboard, which is in front of the yoke. It doesn't make much sense. But 70 miles an hour, 55 for trucks. Yeah, I know I don't particularly like California, and in this game it's annoying because there's so many way stations and like checkpoints and stuff, and then the speed limits are all slow. So it's kind of annoying. It's annoying even in a game. Alright, everyone's doing 70, so I'm going to go up to 60 here and hope that no police officer pulls me over. Or they actually don't pull you over, they just drive past you and give you a ticket. So, you know, you don't have to stop, but the fines can be brutal. See there, Burger King. See the sign? So that's a mod. This little Ford Mustang. It's cool that they have like some real cars. Fanta. Want a Fanta? Ah, a German beverage company. Started in the 1940s, and that's all we'll say about that. Sometimes you'll see trains on those rail lines. There's a policeman, so he didn't pull me over for doing 5 over. Now, what I think happens is the police cars, the game treats them as just regular cars until you have a violation. And so if they're anywhere in the vicinity of you and you violate the law somehow, you run into somebody or you bust a red light or you're going too fast, they'll just deduct money out of your bank account, which is the end result of all traffic stops. But it seems like there's, you know, there's very little leniency with the traffic stops. All right. Pepsi, there's a Pepsi billboard. I like some of the realistic stuff. Like, you know, you want it to reflect somewhat. Sale at Walmart, 50% off. I've never seen a sign like that for Walmart. Anyway, you want it to reflect some real world stuff, right? Or else it's just too kind of make-believe-y. But here we go. We have real companies. You can drive for Amazon in this game, which I think is cool. How are we doing? I'm getting a little tired. I'm about 50% tired. But this trip is under an hour left. So once we are done with this trip, we can find a place to sleep, which it looks like there's lots here in town. I just want to go drive. I want to go, like, first of all, I know that, like, Texas will probably look similar to this, but I actually haven't been to I've downloaded the Texas mod over the Black Friday holiday, and then I'm sure their speed limits will be respectable. And then I also have, like, Montana and Colorado. You have discovered a new viewpoint. Oh yeah, it's over there. You can drive up to those viewpoints and stop your truck and take a picture, and it shows you like a little movie thing, and then I don't know if it counts for anything. You can drive for Walmart, and what's that other company up there? What does that say? Napa Auto Parts. I like that. I like that you can, like, go pick stuff up at Walmart, and we're gonna turn. We're gonna leave the highway here, or join 180. Kill the cruise control real quick, and we're headed over to Kings Canyon. So we're gonna exit the highway again. Here we go. Get onto 180, and it looks like the speed limit again is 55. So I'll turn that back on, and we will merge this lane, and then we're going to merge again, although it looks like we're getting off. Yes, looks like we are getting off the highway, so I'm going to need to make a left up ahead. Through traffic, merge left. That is what looks like the end of the highway there. It is the end of the highway. All right. So we'll leave the highway, make a left-hand turn, and then got to make a right-hand turn after that. Oh, it's green light. Let's go. Whoa, don't hit the median. Yeah, I hit the median. Whoops. All right, and then we're going to race up to this red light. Here is the factory that I need to drop this off at, and there is these are the tankers. So make a right-hand turn here, head into the lot, and it's still red. But I can, you know what? Sometimes I get ticketed if you make a right-hand turn on red. So I'm actually just going to wait for the green light. I'm not under a huge time restraint. It says I have 6 minutes to go from here, so, and this wasn't a super timely order. So I'm not too worried about that. Oh, I need to go up to the next one. Green light, go. All right. So we are arriving. I'm gonna make this wide because it looks like the entrance is kind of narrow here. Okay, hit the grass a little bit, but they should probably make their entrance a little wider if they're going to have big trucks like this come in. All right, we'll go in front of these big storage tanks. And then be on the lookout for that little green indicator that basically shows you where you're going to drop off. Which should be right here at this red, yep. Now, it does give, so you don't have to guess. You can just decide. So here, for example, I'm facing the yard, so I'd have to pull forward and then back up the truck into that corner. But if I don't want to do that, I can just pull it forward here, or I can just skip it. So if you're out of time, basically, and you don't want to do all the finagling, you can skip this. However, you get more experience points. So after all that, let's go ahead and do that. So the drop-off is over there. And we're going to pull forward here. It's a big tank. So it's the biggest one that's available for purchase. So we're going to have the wheel touch the corner, and then we're going to follow it around. This is probably not going to work, but we'll give it a try. Because there's all these, like, come on, baby. Don't worry, they're just little bins. To skip the parking, it looks like you're having trouble. To skip the parking part of this, just press enter. What? I want my... Alright, so I'm going to hit that. Get a little close to this pole. If I could just get past it, I could straighten her out. There we go. Who built this depot anyway? I won't be able to get out of my... won't be able to get out of my door, but we will be able to deliver. There we go. Boom. Delivered. And that's the way it was. So you get experience points for maneuvering the truck, and obviously we're trying to get experience points so that we can kind of progress in our career. So that's what's going on here. We get extra points for delivering a hazard and my skill rank. So they gave us extra money and they gave us experience points for that. I'm an instructor, level 25. Oh no, that's next. I'm a professional. Okay, so there you go. Fuel consumed 35 gallons. Time taken 6 hours. 225 miles. Okay, so now that we're here, let's quick travel. Look, I've got all of these places, Idaho, Wyoming. I haven't discovered any of them. Washington State, Oregon. All of these places I have yet to go to. Arkansas downloaded. Texas, look, there's like all sorts of places. So if I drive up to, let's see, where am I right now? Here? Was that close to Fresno? So my home is in Las Vegas. Or is it Reno? Maybe it's... Oh, I have a garage in Reno. So I do a lot of work between Las Vegas and then these states. You can see all the cities that I've kind of discovered. But I really want to go like to New Mexico and go up through Colorado to Wyoming to Montana and see what that's all about. So we're going to go over to New Mexico real quick. I just want to see what sort of like trips are available. So now we're going to go maps and we're going to say freight market, not freight market, cargo market. And here there's a fair bit. So anything needing to go to Wyoming. Oh, whoops. Here. Yeah. So this is to Wyoming. That would be a very long trip. Or down to Waco, Texas. So this would take me through the entire state of Colorado and then along the south border of Wyoming and get to see all of the part of the game, which would be pretty cool. So I'm going to save it there. And we're going to call it a day. The game has been automatically saved. Great. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty good. For game capture, if you're running vMix and you download free Screen Capture HX, that seems to keep up just fine. Now, there's an option inside of Screen Capture where you can tell it what resolution you want to capture. So here, bandwidth, you can choose what bandwidth you want, what resolution, if you want to force a resolution. Because if you're running, for example, 1080 inside of vMix, so 1080p 30, you don't really need to exceed that. And so you could say, yes, the resolution needs to be 1080 and the frame rate needs to be 30 hertz. And now it's forced, whatever it is that vMix is going to capture. Now, guys like to game. I have 144 hertz screens, 3 of them actually. And so it's nice to have that, but you don't have to send that out to vMix. vMix certainly doesn't have to capture that. It can just take 1080p 30 because that's what you're going to end up sending up to the YouTubes anyways. Hey, I'd say that worked beautifully. I agree, which means I'm actually surprised here, but that means that both Screen Capture HX and desktop capture, local desktop capture in vMix natively, both worked fine. And if you're getting into the gaming industry, you want to do some streaming stuff, and you want to buy real software, vMix is a great answer because vMix comes with that, and then Scan Converter is free. I actually don't see any visual difference between the two, meaning that vMix will do it all. And I also suspect that vMix is probably using very similar technology that Screen Capture is using. But I'm very pleased with the way that kind of plays out because it looks very similar to what vMix... I'm going to just put this on my main screen. I think it looks very similar to what vMix is doing, and so you could use 2 programs or you could use 1. The NDI toolkit is really powerful stuff where you can take NDI sources and turn them into webcams. Now in vMix you don't need to do that. You can just bring them in as NDI sources, which is what I do, because my computer, this computer, which is my old one, takes in my camera as a USB source, and then in there I use a little program from NDI called NDI Connect, which is not the one that you're thinking of, but it basically converts my webcam to a NDI source, and then I shoot that across my network, across my 4250, which is isolated, and all of this is happening on its own network. So, NDI, especially HX sources, they're really lightweight, and they seem to keep up just fine with gaming. So it didn't burden my computer at all. My GPU is handling a lot of the vMix processes. I'm running a RTX 4060, so it handles a lot of those processes. And so like the fans aren't running, the game, it's not, my office isn't hot like it used to be when I would play video games and stream off of it at the same time. Everything's running quiet. It's not stressing my system. And American Truck Simulator is not a small game. Like those graphics are actually fairly high, and we can go back and look at what it looked like, going up to YouTube. But I think that's actually a really good way to do this. I had high resolution. I was running it at 30 hertz or 30 frames at 1080p, and for sending that up to Twitch, for sending that over to YouTube, that seems to work just fine, because vMix is taking in sources at various, resolutions and then outputting them at 1080p 30 to those sources. So yeah, I thought that was a good way to do this. Now I can also look here, stats for nerds, and see. So 1080p is an option here in YouTube. So actually streaming up to 1080p. Now, I've, corrected a lot of the network problems that I've had in this house, and it seems that Starlink has been keeping up with us today, but I am using Starlink. There have been many AT&T trucks out by the road this week. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, we may have an option to switch over to AT&T, and maybe I can see if they can do something for me. Say, look, I'm on Starlink right now. I kind of like it. It's working for me, but what can you offer me? That, and my budget for Starlink actually has to be fairly high. So if they offer me something decent, I'll probably go with it, but who knows? Who knows what they're thinking? I would love to have better upload speeds, because that is what my business is. 100 down would be plenty for me, but 100 up would be ideal, because I'm sending a lot of stuff up to the cloud, sending a lot of things to storage. And so I want uplink speeds, which is more commercial than it is anything else. So, yeah, I'll have to see what they offer. Of course, that's not on today's to-do list. Today's to-do list is to get this house, and in particular, this room. Get this room. You know what it is? I changed I think I changed the way that the camera finds its focal point. I think I changed it to the center of the camera and not like eye recognition. So yeah, so it keeps changing on me. Let me see if I can change that real quick. Just give me, here, I can put up my be right back sign. Just give me like 1 second and I'll get this done. Okay, let's see if that autofocus is better. I took this camera to a shoot. We didn't actually end up using it, but I took the camera to a shoot, and I think I changed it to not autofocus. So then when I changed it back, it was still set on a previous setting. So now it's focusing on my eyeball, and hopefully it will stay a little bit more regular than it was. So that worked out really well. I'm actually really surprised and really happy the way that screen capture and vMix desktop capture work, because that seems to be able to keep up pretty well. I do like me some American Truck Simulator. It might be something that I'll play over the holiday, because yeah, it's a good game, and I have everything I need to do it. And my kids like watching, or at least they used to. When I was at Clarkston, I used to play that game a fair bit, and they just sit there and watch and sit on my lap and drive, and I'd let them press the button to honk the horn, all the things that you do. So good stuff. But I really liked it. And now I got to get on with the rest of my day. I need to finish up some stuff for this week and next. and also then clean the house and get it ready to go. My kids will be home here for lunchtime because it's only half a day. So yeah, now is the time. So hopefully you're doing well. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate. And thank you so much for joining us today. I do not know if I'll be online next week, but I might be. You never know. And maybe you'll be around too. So check me out. I think that's the 26th will be the next show if I'm on. Otherwise, it'll be the 2nd of next year. So probably should do a year-end show. But let's see what we can do between now and then to see if I have time to do it. So be well, everybody. Maybe we'll just play a game and chat, whoever's here, and we'll do that. But it's always fun to hang out and do whatever you need to do. And yeah, have a great holiday season. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Thanks, Angus. Always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll catch you guys all in the next one, which hopefully will just be next week. So cheerio. Have a great day. Bye, guys.